Mike Shelah is next. Speaking of storytellers. In 2012, Mike began sharing his ideas on LinkedIn, sales, and emotional intelligence with audiences all around the Mid-Atlantic. A self-proclaimed sales nerd, you can see Mike speaking at dozens of local colleges and universities about a career in sales and finding a job. Mike is also very Googleable once you know how to spell his last name, of course. You can find him as a guest on over 30 different podcasts and on a regular segment guest on Fox 45 Morning News in Baltimore. So now, this is very difficult for me because when Mike takes the stage, he will now be the person that has presented the most at Ignite Carroll. We are now tied. We are now tied with 3 presentations each. This is number 4. I don't have a robe or a sort of special belt for you, buddy, but I'm so glad to have you back on the stage. Everyone, please welcome Mike Shelah as he enlightens us with his experience on the 1-year self-employment.
Hello, Westminster. My name's Mike Shelah, and for the next 5 minutes, I'm going to talk to you about an exciting adventure that started for me in the summer of June 2017, which I call 1 year self-employed. Now, I had some other ideas for titles, but after reviewing them, I figured, let's go with 1 year self-employed. I think that's a little more concrete. So you're probably wondering, well, Mike, what happened? In June of 2017, I was working for a company, I won't mention the name, rhymes with Momcast, and I was called into work one day and was told that I was being fired, which really took me by surprise. And I thought, okay, if this is happening, let's take Mike Shelah Consulting full-time. Let's take it off the shelf as a part-time enjoyment, and let's go full-time. And I've started with my network. I needed to leverage my network, particularly LinkedIn, because I'll find my customers there. Now, I didn't really know who my customers were going to be. I thought they would be salespeople. That was my first thought, that people in the sales world would be interested to hear what I have to say. And I could train them, and I could teach them, and I could show them all the strategies that I've learned in sales, and I would make a lot of money doing that. And it would be wonderful, and it would be great, or not. Salespeople didn't want to listen because salespeople know everything. Just ask them. So I had to find my audience, and I was really surprised at the people that decided to hire me, the people that wanted to work with me. It was my fraternity. It was the director of marketing for businesses. It was the Virginia Recreation and Park Society. Now, I don't know if you're picking up on this, but what does the Virginia Recreation and Park Society want to do with Mike Shelah? They hired me to speak at their conference, and I said, let's take it on the road. I'll see the world, and people will pay me money to share my ideas and share my passion and share my great stories, and it's gonna be wonderful, and it's gonna... No. If you're not famous, people don't want to pay you money to speak at their events. Not on a consistent basis, not enough that pays the mortgage. And I said, okay, well then what am I going to do? I know. I'll plan my own events. Why not, right? Plan my own events. So I found people in Baltimore that were willing to let me use their space, and then I could sell tickets, and I could market the events, and people would come to my events, and some of them would buy training afterwards, and that would mean growth. So guess what? I was like, why don't we take this on the road again? So I'm gonna plan it, I'm gonna go across the United States, and it's going to be wonderful. And you know what? I had a contact in New York City, and I booked an event with them. And I had a contact in Boston, and I booked an event with them. And I had an event in Dallas, and an event in Arizona, and I was gonna sell tickets, and I was gonna show them my dream, and I was gonna share my passion, and I was gonna make people laugh, and they were gonna give me loads of, no. 4 events, 4 different cities. I didn't sell a single ticket for a single event. Yeah. That was hard because I had chosen this to make a living. I had chosen it to make ends meet. Now, granted, I was doing the things that I love, but the mortgage company doesn't care that you didn't get a gig this week. So I thought, if I'm passionate and if I love this and I share that passion and that vision, why aren't the people coming? Why aren't they showing up? And so I got some wisdom and some truth from my good friend Pete. And he said, you know what, Mike? Maybe the world just isn't ready for Mike Shelah Consulting. And I thought about that. And it forced me to take a look at my priorities and what was truly important to me. Yes, my message was important to me and burned a fire in me, and I enjoyed sharing it. But ultimately, there are things that are important in my life, like paying the mortgage and my sanity. And I wanted those things back because I had lost them in the year that I was on my own. So I don't want you to be discouraged from starting your own business. What I will say is come talk to me, because at the very least, I can tell you what not to do. Thank you all very much.